All right, let's jump right in. For the longest time, if you wanted a really good AI voice, you had to go through big cloud services. But something huge is happening right now. That power is shifting, moving away from corporate servers and right onto your own computer. Today, we're diving into the incredible rise of local, open-source AI voice generation. So, to really get what's going on, you gotta see the fundamental choice here. On one side, you've got the services you're probably used to, like 11 Labs or Google. They're easy to use, sure, but you're paying a subscription, and all your data is being processed on their computers. But on the other side, you have this new wave of open source tools. They give you complete privacy. They cost you nothing. But the trade-off? You need a decent computer to run them yourself. So what exactly are we talking about when we say local open source TTS? Well, local means the whole AI model, the whole shebang, runs on your machine. Nothing gets sent to the cloud. Open source means the software is totally free, and more importantly, the code is out there for anyone to see, to tweak, and to improve upon. This combination, it is an absolute game changer for creators. And the benefits here are just massive. First off, no more subscriptions. Your wallet will thank you. Privacy-wise, since everything stays on your machine, your data is your data. Period. You can even work completely offline. And for all you creative types, this means total freedom to experiment without limits, all while this global community of developers is constantly making the tools better. It's all about putting the power back where it belongs, with you. Look, this isn't just some theory or a maybe someday kind of thing. The tools are here, they're powerful, and they're ready to go. So let's meet three of the major players that are really leading the charge. First up is Chatterbox. This is a production-ready model from the team at Resemble AI. And believe me, this one made some serious waves when it dropped. And you don't just have to take my word for it. Just look at this. Over 10,000 stars on GitHub. Now, that's not just a vanity metric. That's a huge signal that there's a massive, super active community building and supporting this thing. So what's so special about Chatterbox? Well, for starters, it's built on top of Meta's Llama model. That means it doesn't just read words, it understands context and nuance. This gives you incredible control over emotion and tone, so you can make a voice sound genuinely happy, or thoughtful, or sad. It also has a really critical safety feature we're going to talk more about later, built-in ethical watermarking. Okay, next on our list is F5-TTS. Now, if Chatterbox is all about that deep, expressive control, you can think of F5-TTS as the speed demon of the group. It's built for performance, and its popularity is just off the charts. We're talking 13,000 stars on GitHub. It's pretty clear that developers really, really value how efficient and modern this model is. It has definitely found its audience. The secret sauce here is a cool technique called flow matching. The best way to think about it is like a super efficient recipe for generating audio. It allows the model to be really lightweight and fast enough to run well on normal consumer hardware. Plus, it handles multiple languages and uses something called speaker embedding to capture the unique vocal fingerprint of a person, letting you create totally new and distinct voices. And our final player today is an absolute powerhouse, Higgs Audio from Boson AI. This model is seriously pushing the limits of what anyone thought was possible with a local voice generation. And even though it's one of the newer kids on the block, it has already racked up almost 7,000 stars. That's a huge testament to just how advanced and impressive its capabilities are. And this is where things get kind of mind-bending. Higgs Audio can do what's called zero-shot cloning. That means it can create a realistic clone of a voice from just a few seconds of audio. No long training sessions needed. But it gets crazier. It can generate natural-sounding conversations between multiple speakers, and even generate a voice that's singing or talking over background music. It's an incredibly versatile creative toolkit. So, how does all this magic actually work? You might be thinking it's gotta be impossibly complicated. But you know what? We can actually break down the basic idea into a few surprisingly simple steps. Okay, let's use a simplified model here. Think of it like a 4-step recipe. Step 1, the input. This is where your ingredients, your text, your voice samples, your emotion prompts, all get chopped up into little digital pieces called tokens. Step 2 is the brain. A large language model looks at all those tokens to figure out the context and what it all means. Step 3, the blend. An audio adapter intelligently mixes in the voice style, the tone, and the pacing you're looking for. And finally, step 4, the output. A decoder puts all those pieces back together into the final, natural-sounding speech. So the technology is fascinating. for sure. But what does this actually mean for you? As a creator or a developer or even just a hobbyist, what can you do with all this power? Honestly, the possibilities here are just staggering. I mean, imagine producing an entire audiobook right from your desk, and you give every single character a completely unique voice. Or think about indie game developers creating these rich casts of characters without needing a Hollywood-sized budget. You could create perfect voiceovers for your videos in minutes, build a personal voice assistant that sounds exactly how you want it to, or even clone your own voice to use in your projects. That creative barrier to entry, it's basically disappearing.
Now, this explosion of power and access is obviously incredibly exciting, but it also brings up some really important questions about using it responsibly, right? When anyone can create any voice, how do we make sure this tech is used for good?
And this is where the open source community's foresight is so impressive. Instead of just waiting for problems, developers are building in safeguards from the very beginning. Take Chatterbox. It embeds an invisible, totally inaudible watermark into every piece of audio it creates. This is a huge step for accountability. It means AI-generated audio can be traced back to its source without hurting the quality at all. It's a perfect example of innovating responsibly. And so that's the thought I want to leave you with. This revolution is here. It's putting these unbelievable creative tools into the hands of millions. The real question now isn't just about what we can create, but how we'll choose to create it. So, what stories will you tell?